2023 may best be described as an incredible year of breakthroughs and innovation, while also a year of continuing to deal, or not deal, with basic ongoing health problems. Our team has had many moments now to reflect, be inspired, learn, and redouble our efforts to help make all of you happier, healthier, and more informed. So let's kick things off with number 10 of our top 10 health stories.
Go ahead and go over the top. I don't like how he went down.
January 2nd, 2023, the very beginning of the year. Buffalo Bills safety Demar Hamlin goes into cardiac arrest on national TV.
We're going to need everybody. All call.
A quick response not only saved Hamlin's life, but brought national attention to the importance of CPR, rapid defibrillation, and the NFL's safety protocols, which I saw firsthand. Now keep in mind the medical team was able to get to Demar Hamlin within 10 seconds. And speed really matters here. Every additional minute that someone in cardiac arrest goes without CPR, mortality goes up by up to 10%. Number 9. You've probably never heard of phenylephrine, and that's okay. It's the main ingredient in many over-the-counter allergy and cold medicines like Sudafed PE and Vicks Sinex. This year, an FDA committee said, contrary to popular belief, it was not effective as a nasal decongestant in tablet form. So while we wait for a final decision, some stores like CVS have already said it will no longer sell medications that contain this as the only active ingredient. Don't worry though, there's lots of other options out there. Number 8.
A breakthrough treatment for sickle cell disease.
And a breakthrough for modern medicine.
Johnny is now one of the first people in the world to have his genes edited using CRISPR to treat his disease.
I was worrying that I might be get superpowers or something.
In December, the FDA approved the first ever treatment to use the gene editing technique known as CRISPR. Think of it like this. CRISPR allows scientists to precisely cut and modify DNA, which could then potentially treat and even cure certain diseases, such as sickle cell, but also cancer, muscular dystrophy, even Parkinson's. Number 7.
A 60-year scientific quest has now given us the world's first RSV vaccine.
For the first time, we have vaccines available to fight the full respiratory triple threat of COVID-19, flu, and RSV. Last season, we saw cases of RSV come back with a vengeance, reminding us of the importance of vaccination, especially for the most vulnerable.
Before I even knew what happened, he was being admitted and pumped with oxygen and trying to be stabilized.
So far, we've been sort of sleepwalking into this triple threat season, but there is still time.
It's not too late to get vaccinated if you haven't already.
Number 6.
There are more than 300 drugs on the FDA's shortages list right now.
More than 90% of cancer centers say they're impacted by a shortage.
This one may surprise you. One of the richest countries in the world that spends trillions on healthcare, and yet we currently have the highest number of drug shortages in about a decade. Laura Bray had to call hundreds of children's hospitals across the country herself to try and find chemo treatment for her daughter. And in the process, she started a movement. She's now channeling what she's learned into a national effort to predict which drugs are going to go into shortage and to produce them before patients have to go without.
And you see this now, Laura. You see this coming off the line. What's that like for you?
What I see here is each one of those that's being filled up, 7 to 9 NICU babies that are going to get fed today.
Number 5.
In our health lead, the FDA has approved a new Alzheimer's drug today.
There's new hope this year for those with early Alzheimer's.
I'll look at my phone and read the names, and a lot of them don't mean anything to me.
Leqembi is the first drug proven to show a slowing down of the debilitating disease, in part by removing amyloid plaques from the brain. It's not a cure, but clinical trials found that it can slow down the onset of more severe symptoms. Number 4, loneliness.
I'm so concerned about our children because there is an epidemic, if you will, of mental health challenges that they've been facing.
Coming out of the pandemic, loneliness and social isolation have become a key public health issue for young and old alike. So significant an issue that the Surgeon General normally known for things like curbing smoking, had a rare convening to raise the public health alarm about this topic.
And I have to look at my 3 teenagers every day and know that I'm not handing them a better world than the world that was left to me. And a lot of that is because of our failure to really focus on mental health.
It's a massive problem that seems to disproportionately affect Americans. But at the same time, small moments of human connection, smiling, just saying hello, those are all steps we can take toward a solution. Number 3, the ripple effects of overturning Roe v. Wade. Real life stories and unimaginable decisions.
Were the doctors clear with you about what her chances were of surviving?
They told us there was no chance. They said that either she would be stillborn or she would die within a few hours.
A ruling by a Texas judge also sent the fate of mifepristone, an oral pill used for abortion and miscarriage management, into legal limbo. With families already feeling the effects, the final decision will now be taken up by the Supreme Court.
Their concerns are if medical abortions are no longer accessible, what if their reproductive rights are restricted even further?
Number 2.
Wegovy helped us lose weight.
Demand for weight loss and diabetes drugs like these has skyrocketed. A Trilliant Health analysis found that in the final 3 months of last year, an estimated 9 million prescriptions were written for these kinds of medications. That's a 300% increase since 2020. And it pushed manufacturing lines to run practically nonstop this year.
Demand is very high, and we're doing everything that we can to stand up and supply.
That demand has also resulted in shortages, knockoffs, and growing awareness of the side effects, including nausea, vomiting, even stomach paralysis. But so far, these drugs have been proven to be effective for weight loss and also a welcome tool to combat obesity. And number 1.
We've talked about the dark side of AI. This is a bright spot, healthcare.
While the message is still to proceed with caution, we've already seen a glimpse of how artificial intelligence could change healthcare, from identifying new antibiotics to detecting breast cancer. It may not ever, hopefully never, replace your actual human doctor. It could help enhance patient care. And even as we saw, help someone walk again.
The paralyzed man is up and about.
Happy New Year, and look forward to a lot more in 2024.